Super Bowl opponents twice in the 80s, and they're back at it here. The Bengals and Niners are underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. First play, and Purdy wants to throw it. And he's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
19, Tiger, 19, let go.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 46 yards. And the Niners get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They defer to Brown to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Pop a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Purdy will throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And they turned the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalized a little bit on top.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Another run for Brown on second down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Nice linebacker play.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. It's the team of the 80s versus the team of the 90s. The Niners, the Cowboys, they're underway. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Now Purdy. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
2nd and 10.
Panther 60, Panther 60. Hut, hut.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Purdy on 4th down. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Yeah, here we go. 26.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Dre Greenlaw getting home on that one. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. And this is going to be incomplete.
That's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it. Here's Prescott. This is caught. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And this 49er defense stands tall down near the goal line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Now 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll send the tight end in motion left. 3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he is out up around the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. 1st down.
19, go. 19. Ready?
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like when the going gets tough in here.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. following the interception. Here's Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jake Ferguson, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the two-point try. Prescott, they're going to throw for it. It's caught at the 1, and he will get in to make it 8-0. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts, passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And that one into the hands of Ayuk downfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He got 29 yards that time. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here. Purdy. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
And this one is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, Prescott. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom picks it, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
A give running left. It's McCaffrey. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing here, Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a nice job right there. Get the ball out to the perimeter, get it to your guy in space. And he's just going to take this, turn upfield, and turn it into a big play in 1st and goal.
McCaffrey. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Again, McCaffrey. And a carbon copy there, at least as far as the results are concerned, as he'll be dropped behind the line yet again. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now Purdy. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey from 6 yards away. And the 49ers have come back to make it a 2-point game. Well, CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield. They're eligible, too.
Now they send a man in motion right. They go with McCaffrey. And he'll get in to tie this game at 8. Well, it's definitely early enough here. They didn't need to go for 2. They didn't have to go for 2, but hey, they did. We're all tied at 8.
Is this one of those anything you can do, I can match? Because that's exactly what we got on that one. Neither one of these teams wants to give any ground, do they?
So 8-8 our score now as he'll send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead? Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way?
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Parsons. And the Cowboys are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, their defense got them the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come to like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defense.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, 64 yards. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. They'll try and throw for it. And this will be caught. They get the 2, and they double them up now at 16-8.
49ers 8.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
And they're on the 30-yard line.
Ready up.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. picked off by Malik Hooker. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. And the Cowboys are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, well, we look at the defense. They came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn. Good work there. You're going to see on play action, they run an out route with the receiver on the outside and let the tight end work the seam in the area beyond him. A great concept, and it leads to a first down.
Prescott off play action. Targets Lamb on the comebacker. Pass is complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Off the play fake, Prescott. This will be caught inside the 10. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. To the air again, Prescott. And he's got it. That's good for a gain of 6. Second and goal. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And 22 more yards there and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys go up by 2 touchdowns. Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail on the try for 2. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup of 38. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Purdy off the play fake.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Now they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone.
Here we go, Shaq.
Purdy now to throw.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by DeMarvion Overshown.
And the Cowboys are going to get the football here at their own 23. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9.
Now Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here's a 2nd and 5. On the ground, Lipke has strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
Watching that run takes me back to something a famous old coach once said. Any player he wants on his team, he wants him to be agile, mobile, and most definitely hostile.
Play action now. Prescott.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode.
And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Cowboys with the football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing. Prescott. It's caught left side by Cooks. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception.
Picked up by Charvarius Ward.
And the 49ers are right back in this football game.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away. And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Purdy bootlegging it. And that is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's caught. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a first. Goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Dowdle will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, this, of course, set up by the stop.
Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget it, we on mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget it, we on mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 47, -1 Harbaugh. The Ravens and 49ers are underway. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. Jackson rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 71 yards. And the Ravens need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points. I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. Jackson. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And the Niners are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football. Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That's now 6 dropbacks, 6 incompletions. Yeah, the defense has been pretty good early, but he's got to start hitting some of those throws. He's making them better than what they actually are.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Hey, Alpha, sit high. Hey, middle. Nice shot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. To throw is Jackson. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and...
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus. There he goes, right side. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, 70 yards. And the 49ers strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
4th down, here's Jackson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end.
Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 51 yards. Jackson will throw again.
Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in.
And the Ravens have regained the lead.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At the 41-yard line. They'll set up a throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Here's the former Raven fullback, Kyle Juszczyk.
And he is going to have a Niners first down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely did they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a first down.
Right back to Juszczyk again. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after.
They go play action here. Purdy.
That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Here's Purdy. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk taking it in from a yard out. And the 49ers have moved out in front. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal. Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to have it here just past the 25. When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Purdy now to throw off the play action. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Now Purdy. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point try now for Moody. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Just
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Purdy. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 41. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They're looking deep here for Flowers. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They go play action now. Jackson. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
No, bottled up, fumble, it's out, it's loose. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone to the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
And that is incomplete. And the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Here's Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are back within a score. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for two.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Takes it to about the 37.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
3rd and 4. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Out to his left.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's brought down. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
That is caught, and they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Ravens' 7-yard line.
Play action. Now Purdy.
And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Niners get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the one. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the two-point attempt is turned aside.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
This is 1st and 10.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
A couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. That one looks like he'll throw here. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
I came in nothing but them raps, the clothes on my back, them L-dogs, nothing but them blacks, the A, with a black man is debonair. I'm talking about a black man's heaven here. Shorty, we going where the destination is manifested. We learn how to collect reparations and invest it. I went from dressing the coldest to catching the COVID, to blessed with success to promote it to just do it.
Yeah, buddy, you ready or not? Don't really care if you was or you wasn't LeBron. From now on, I'm calling the shots. I don't really care about your hating little daddy LeBron. Your mammy's a pity. Anytime I get beside myself, I remind myself from. Think I gotta go through. I don't like therapists, I don't like most. You love me, my go-to. Love a thing blind on top like Goku. Just left Noble, back in my dojo. Channel like Aura, got the whole Roku. Been big dog from the Tether Road, told you. Wait, don't even know you. Step right, I'm a long trip. One brick, one miss, Rich took his check out. We talking start like ball height, pretty face guy like, bruh, how do I exist? In the gym every day, I'm gonna miss. Some of daddy like, boy, don't blow my shit. I got it. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to downtown Detroit and Ford Field, the home of the Lions. Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one underway. And off we go from Ford Field. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. So Kittle comes in motion. He'll throw to begin with Purdy. Downfield, and it's caught by Ayuk. And they will get him down at the 35-yard line.
When we had a chance to talk to the coach the other day, what did he tell us, Mike? He said, I want to come out and be aggressive right from the start. And with that big shot downfield here early, I think it's pretty safe to say that's exactly what they have done. Now the key is, can they turn that explosive play into an opening drive touchdown and really get off to a fast start?
They'll motion over Samuel. Opening carry of the game for the versatile Christian McCaffrey. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Alex Anzalone in for the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. That's out to the flat, and it's complete.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. Here's Purdy. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch. Oh, big hole left side. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Lions. You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over, and we now got to get the ball back and establish some early rhythm.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Purdy to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Off the play fake, Purdy. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way. Every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
That's in the end zone and intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football, and they'll have it just past the 20-yard line.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground. Again, Montgomery. And he'll be taken down. And that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle. 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game. I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Goff. Working free downfield. It is Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 25. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Here's Goff. That's caught by Gibbs. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
It's now 4th down and 1.
2 minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Montgomery. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses.
And the rush too strong. They're in there at a flag for the sack.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time. Now it's going to be 3rd down. He'll go play action, Purdy, and that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch. And he's going to score again. How about that for a daily double? The 2nd defensive touchdown he's scored in this game. So they make the decision on 4th down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on 4th down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Oh, he puts another ball up for grabs, and this one picked off by Carlton Davis. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. Goff to throw on 1st down. He'll find Montgomery out of the backfield. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now Goff. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line. Now here's 2nd and goal. Goff to throw. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. He'll get a couple, mark him down at the 3. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout. And they stop it with 19 seconds to go in this opening half. From the gun, on third down, it's gone. And he's in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Here's Bates for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Lions will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. Very little time remaining in this first half as this kick is away. Samuel going to see what he can do. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, Purdy. That's Ayuk with it on the left side. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. So we've reached halftime here at Ford Field, and the Lions have the lead. As we'll get you down to Orlando now, that's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard.
I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in a, she just made a beat. I got rolling over, speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my this say yeah. I'm like, whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like, whoa, reaping what I sow. Harvest getting bigger, they all froze. I unleashed my soul, now they taking pictures. Eyes on the prize, it's my life showed up. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries with the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tires fall off. She know I'm a D, I got a date with destiny. She coming to me, cause I got the flavors and recipe. She racing to me like an athlete.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High.
To kick off for the Broncos.
And off we go from Denver. Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure, and they will start at the 40. Purdy off the play fake. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Brandon Jones picking it off.
And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. To throw is Nix.
He finds his man, complete. It's Atkins. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. Now it's Nix. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the 49ers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
So that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football. Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's Purdy.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
And 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Samuel in motion. He'll get it here on the jet sweep.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1.
Let's go now.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the 49ers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their block.
And it'll be intercepted.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So they went for two and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized that play up.
Buffalo 18. Warriors 70. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go.
Off the play fake. Here's Nix.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How to approach this? 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Back to 60. Back to 60.
Oh, now some trickery. They fake the spike.
Flushed out right. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
6-0 our score after 1.
Broncos nothing.
Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
Here's Riley Dixon now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded at the 33. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Play action. Now Purdy.
This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd and 10. And throwing here, Purdy. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
They go play action here, Purdy. Oh, and that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Throwing Nix. A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here's Nix. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to take over here up near the 40.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, how about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they called the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Continued struggles here in the second quarter, and to me, you can pin a lot of them on an inability to convert third downs. Add that most recent incompletion to the list of examples.
Purdy on fourth down.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
79 Broncos. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Hut, hut.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of a you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way full steam, and he broke that one up.
Well, now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down.
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Giddy up.
Nix to the air. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he works free. And all the way home for the Broncos score. Cortland Sutton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on fourth down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
Final play of the half. Purdy. And the Broncos get there and take him down. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
49ers 6.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
To throw, here's Nix.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And the Niners are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10,
right at the 50-yard line.
And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Now a toss. This is McCaffrey.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Now Purdy.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Now, this game has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves.
Working out of the gun is Nix.
Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix.
Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
The rookie from Oregon on target with that one. It leads to a first down.
And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Back to throw. Nix. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the 49ers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Purdy looking to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. It's 3rd and long.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Fourth down try. Here's Purdy. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So they have now gone for it on fourth 4 times, and they have converted no times.
I know we talk about analytics and how it's entered into the game, and there's a good percentage that says go for it. You will actually make a good percentage. In this case, the analytics just went right out the window. 0 for 4.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Isaac Yiadom picks it. And the Niners will take over here at their own 14-yard line. What did you see there, Charles, on that interception from the rookie?
They've shown him certain looks on defense throughout the first half, and they pulled the string here in the second half because he got used to those looks, and they showed.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Oh, a free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense. Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Steps away to his left. And this one too low.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
A 3rd quarter now, at a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Nix sliding out of the pocket. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards that time. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver.
This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Purdy now to throw.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And his kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Let's go now. Trap goal 80.
Now it's Nix.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. 54 yards.
And the Broncos use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
That's complete to the tight end, Sauber. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there, a first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that? There did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Now they come up with one timeout and the 2-minute warning to work with. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Purdy.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
McCaffrey running up the middle. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
Purdy. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Here's Purdy to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains.
And with the scoreboard against them here in the fourth quarter, this was definitely 4-down territory. Really nice job there of finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets him up with 1st and goal.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
2nd down, goal to go. McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down.
That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. This is 3rd and goal. Purdy to throw.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. McCaffrey, he'll try to run it in. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Shut up. Mustang 19. Check go.
He'll look to throw.
Finding Sutton.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Let's just put it on the table real quick here. This is 2-minute drill. You got to know they're looking for their #1 receiver.
Yeah, you think they'd be ready for that? That time they weren't.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you've often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Riggs. Buffalo 18.
Back to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Warriors 70.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. They're going. It's Nix.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover.